It's true. I don't meal prep and I don't eat out. And yet, I still manage to eat very healthy. I get a lot of questions from you guys because you're like me. You've got tons of foodie friends and they're showing you their amazing meal prep or the beautiful things they cook all week. But welcome to my lazy girl's guide to eating well. This is what I have found to work over the years that keeps me on track with eating food that feels good, that's easy, and that doesn't take me a lot of time. 1, I am willing to pay extra for the pre-cut veggies. That's right, I will pay for someone else to pre-chop my food. That costs a little bit more money, but I'm also not going out to eat. And if I spend a little bit more money and know that I'm actually eating well, then I feel better, my mood is better, everyone around me is happier. So really, it's kind of a win-win-win all the way around. Bags of spinach. Things like carrots that are shredded, I love because you can toss them into oatmeal, or if you're really weird like me, I eat them with my cereal. But they're super easy to toss into almost anything, and I know that 1, I'm getting some crunch, 2, I'm getting some vitamins that I need, and 3, I'm on my way to hitting my daily veggie goal, which is like 7 servings. Now, having those things available means I can also quickly make a green smoothie any day of the week. I tend to make my green smoothies massive, so sometimes they will fill up a couple of these, and that way, if I make it on Monday morning and I drink some of it, all of it, I've got a second one that's ready to go on Tuesday. I don't have to think about it. I can just grab it and go. I'm the queen of if I have to make something, make a lot of something. When it comes to smoothies, since one of my issues is getting enough protein, I make sure I've always got some protein on hand. Now, this one is the Vega All-in-One. So for those of you who are really trying to get in more nutrients, more vitamins, more greens, it's a great option. I tend to go for the Vega Sport. And yes, both are Vega because I'm dairy-free, so I don't use whey. And the Vega Sport just has more protein. And again, protein for me is the #1 issue. I tend to do pretty well with my veggies. So let's talk about protein. Option 1, again, I will pay someone else to cook it and cut it. Now, this is specifically from Trader Joe's, and it is literally called just chicken. If I don't have time over the weekend because we have spent so many hours on the trails, then I will buy this because I know it's cooked, it's ready to go, and there's no crazy stuff added to it. Otherwise, I will indeed bake or grill a bunch of chicken breast. I just don't do anything else with them. I get them ready and then I can eat it throughout the week. The other thing I have ready is some smoked salmon. Again, I could cook salmon. You are free to do that. I just can't ever get mine to come out the way I want at home. And this is an easy option that seems to last me a little bit longer. It's got a little different flavor. And since I sweat like crazy, it's got a little bit of sodium. Another option is to buy some of the pre-packaged chicken sausage. There are tons of different varieties out there. I happen to like, again, this one is Trader Joe's. This one because I know that there's no hormones, no antibiotics. Now, beyond that, most weeks David will grill some kind of meat, and if he doesn't, then maybe I will try to be a good wife and like cook a meatloaf or something, or some ground turkey so that I can throw it in with these vegetables and some salsa and call it Mexican night. I just don't spend a crazy amount of time on preparation. Instead, I start with grocery shopping. I make sure my fridge is constantly stocked with plenty of veggies, plenty of protein options, and then I know that no matter what happens during the day, I'm not gonna have an excuse when I'm done to not eat well, because I can easily grab any of those things, put them in a bowl, either put on some dressing, or let's be honest, I'm super weird and I like to put just like honey mustard on my veggies and meat and call it delicious. Or I went through a huge hummus phase where that was like the best salad dressing on earth. So realistically, you don't have to be making those gourmet meals to be eating well. What is life without dessert? While I would love to be making some of those fantastic energy bites and balls that I see my friends do, I just don't get around to it. And beyond that, I eat enough almond butter, sunflower butter every day that I probably don't need to add it to my dessert too. And let's just be on point here. Yes, again, we're gonna pay a little bit more because the only thing in here is almonds. I don't want any added sugar or weird oils or whatever else. So dessert. First up, dark chocolate. Keep it on hand. One square, I tell you, it always solves so many life issues, not even just food, life. The second thing that I have been doing lately, and again, I'm telling you, a little more expensive, but I'm not going to Starbucks, I'm not going to a bakery, I'm not spending a ton of time, and because I have this on hand, I will eat one and be satisfied instead of eating all kinds of things, trying to figure out how to satisfy myself. These are Capello's cookie dough. So because they are considered paleo, it means that there's no weird grains in here, and especially for me, it means that there's no dairy, and I can eat the cookie dough, just cookie dough. It's already just one little size. And because I know it's expensive, I will only eat one every day. Talk about controlling your sweet tooth. Of course, beyond that, it's always good to ensure that we have some fruit on hand. Whether it's fresh or frozen, all fruit is great. I don't eat tons of it because I'm pretty much filling up on my veggies and my protein right now, but I always have it. I always have at least a little every day. And when it comes to breakfast, again, I'm super basic. I buy the regular oats, and you guys have seen 8,000 overnight oat recipes, so you can do that. Or, let's be honest, I have discussed my cereal love many times. So Cheerios. Cheerios are no sugar, but I can add some of that fruit, I can add some of that almond butter, and it's a great get me out the door, quick, or let's be honest, usually post-run snack that's gonna refuel me and feel good. We can make clean eating or healthy eating as creative and as hard as we want. Or we can make it as easy and as simple as necessary to ensure that we do it all the time. And I think that's the biggest reason that so many of us get really excited about a diet and then fall off. It just doesn't fit with your everyday lifestyle, which is why I started doing these little things. Is it the most creative diet on earth? Heck no. But am I eating well every day? Yes. Is it giving me tons of energy to do my runs? Yes. Am I not spending time agonizing about what to eat? Yes. I already know I have the food. I don't need to go out to eat. Because, let's be honest, how many times have I said let's be honest here? I'm being real with you. When I go out to eat, I'm always gonna end up probably eating a little bit more. It's gonna have stuff in it that, whether I like it or not, maybe doesn't agree with me. And usually it's higher in calories or fat or not quite hitting your vegetable needs. So these are my tips. Nothing crazy, pretty lazy, but it gets the job done.